This topic is about the acid rain and their impact on the environment. Basically, acid rain is a serious environmental problem caused by the air pollution. It occurs when a harmful gases released in the atmosphere react with the water, oxygen, and other chemicals. So, acid rains affect the soil, forest, water bodies, human health, and the building. What is basically acid rain? Acid rain forms when a pollution is mixed with water in the atmosphere. Acid rain refer to the precipitations that contain the strong acids. It include the rain, snow, sleet, fog, or even dry acidic particles. These acids mainly come from sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. So what is the normal rain versus acidic rain? Normal rain is slightly acidic due to dissolved carbon dioxide and has a pH of about 5.6. Acidic rain is much more acidic with a pH between 4 to 4.5, making it harmful to living and the non-living things. So now there is the types of the acidic rain. Acidic rain occur in two forms, in wet deposition and in the dry deposition. In wet deposition, the acid rains such as the snow, fog, and sleet. In the dry deposition, the acid dust and gases that settled on surface and later wash away with the rain. So the main gases responsible for the acidic rains are the two main gases such as the sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxide. These gases are released mainly by burning the fossil fuels. The source of the sulfur dioxide is the coal based power plants, oil refineries, industrial boilers burning fossil fuels with sulfur contents. The source of the nitrogen oxides are the most vehicles, power plants, industrial machinery, high temperature combustion process. So now there is the formation of the acidic rain. The pollutant gases rise into the atmosphere. So they react with the oxygen, water vapors, and the sunlight. As a result, a strong acids are formed. So these acids fall back to the earth as acidic rain or the dry deposition. So now there is the question of chemical reactions of the sulfur acid formation. Sulfur dioxides react in the atmosphere to form the sulfuric acids. For example, sulfur dioxide and the oxygen react to form a sulfuric acid in the byproduct. So this sulfuric acid mix with the rainwater and fall as a acidic rain. The chemical reaction of the nitric acid formation where the nitrogen oxides react with the water to form the nitric acid. So now, what is the impact on these acids on the soil? Basically, acidic rains remove essential nutrients like the calcium and the magnesium from the soil. It also releases the toxic metals such as the aluminium, which damage the plant's roots and reduce the soil fertility. So now there is the impact on the plant and the growth. Acidic rain damage the leaf surface and reduce the photosynthesis process. Plant grow slower and become weaker, so the crop production decrease, which affect the agriculture and food supply. There is the impact on the forest, like the trees exposed to the acidic rain lost the nutrients and become the weak. Their leaves are damaged and they become more vulnerable to insect disease and harsh weather conditions. So there is the impact on the lakes and the rivers. Acidic rain increase the acidity of the lakes and the rivers. Many freshwater organisms cannot survive in the acidic water, which distribute aquatic ecosystem. So there is the impact on the aquatic life, such as the fish, frogs, and other aquatic organisms are highly affected. Acids water damage the fish gills, stop the egg development, and can lead to the complete loss of the fish population. So there's the also impact on the animals. Like animals suffer indirectly when acidic rain destroy the plants and the aquatic life. There is the loss of the food and the clean water affect the animal survival and the biodiversity. There is also the impact on the human health, like the acid rain does not burn skin directly, but the gases causing it lead to respiratory problems. It increased the asthma, bronchitis, and lung diseases, especially in the children and the elderly. There is also impact on the buildings and the monuments, like acid rains react with the calcium carbonates present in the marbles and the limestones. So this causes the erosion of the historical buildings and the monuments. There is the loss of the biodiversity, like acid rains create the unfavorable living conditions for many plants and animals. Sensitive species disappear first, while only a few resistant species survive. So this causes a reduction in the biodiversity and disrupt the natural ecosystem. So the loss of even small organisms can affect the large animals that depend on them for the food. So now there's also the damage to the microorganism, like acids rain affect the soil microorganisms such as the bacteria and the fungi that help in the decomposition and the nutrient cyclings. When these organisms are harmed, so the soil become less fertile and plants growth is reduced. There is also the disruption of the food chain, like when the small organism like the plankton and insects die due to the acidic condition. The large animals that depend on them for food also suffer. So this disrupts the food chain and the food web, causing ecological imbalance. So there's also the increase in the metals toxicity, like acidic rain increase the release of the toxic metals such as the mercury, leads, and cadmiums from rocks and soil. These metals can enter the water bodies and accumulate a fish and the plants, causing the poison. There is also reduced the seed germination, like high acidity in the soil affect the seed germination. Seeds fail to grow properly, so reducing the plant production and disturb the natural generation of the forest. There is the loss of the insects population, like acid rains offer the insect directly and indirectly by damaging the plant they feed on. A decline in insect offer pollinations and food availability for the birds. So a surface water forming like acidic rain can increase the organic matters, break down in the water, and which leading to the foam formation on rivers and lakes, which reduce the oxygen levels. So now there is a reduced photosynthetic efficiency, like acidic rain can damage the surface of leaves, blocking the sunlight and reducing the chlorophyll activities. This lower the rate of the photosynthesis, causing the slow plant growth. There is also decline in the sensitivity tree species, like certain tree species such as the pine, fir, and the spruce are highly sensitive to the acidic rain. The long-term exposures can lead to the forest declines and change the forest composition. So, as a prevention and the control, use the renewable energy source, reduce the vehicles' emissions, install the scrubbers in the factories, and use the low sulfur fuels, promote the environmental awareness. So, as a concluding marks, avoid the acid rains is major environmental threat caused by the human activities. It damaged the ecosystem, health, and the heartless sites. So, with proper control, measurement, and awareness, its harmful effect can be reduced.